Hey guys, and welcome back to the Cuts pack. Last time we were trying to basically figure out a design for this place and what we wanted to do with it. And I think we're getting somewhere with it. Changes to come in the future maybe, changes to come right now, who knows. But I've actually put in these doors since last episode. I thought I would start with these doors in place. These are carpenter's doors, carpenter's garage doors in particular. And they're simply just a large door style, which is really cool. And you can use your hammer to change what style they're in, including this one, which is fairly cool. I thought about using this one, but I think this one is more fitting for the building, because the building doesn't really need to have windows at the top or anything like that, even though that is a fairly industrial and nice looking industrial look to have those windows at the top. I think it's more fitting to go with something like that. Now I was going to start with windows before we moved into the inside, since windows are a big deal, and I've already picked out what I think might work, but this I haven't placed it yet, so I don't actually know. And straight off the bat my answer is I don't think so, and the reason for that is because it's a connected texture. This is one of the few times where a connected texture might actually not be beneficial. But maybe we can use a combination of two of them, and I'm purposefully running down my power at the moment on my thermostatic harness, because I have another jar to put in there. But if we get a similar texture, one that may fit in without too much of a hum-ha that doesn't look right, like that, we might be able to get the look we need. And the reason why I say the look we need is because I think it would look best if it looked like the building windows weren't just one consistent window, but were instead like had bars across them, because it is an industrial building after all. So we'll see what this looks like. I mean, that looks good. Apart from, let me just sort this out. Give me my new jar of potential, please. Yoink, and place. Great. Okay, so it looks good, apart from I really don't like that the bars of the windows go in there, so it would be best if we could find a texture which actually does that aren't just different blocks side by side, and the different blocks side by side you can kind of tell that that's going on. So let's, I don't like testing with glass, because glass is one of those things that unfortunately are one of those things that break when you place it, so you can't just put it down and go, that doesn't look right, pick it up, change it, etc. You're always losing glass as you do that. But we need to find something that'll look good. See, thick glass grid. Problem with that is it's too thick. There's too much going on with that one, which is why I would like one which is just borders, but doesn't separate like these ones do, where you can see that there's these bars in there. I would like bars going across and vertically, but not through. So that's what we're looking for. But I don't know whether we'll be able to find it, unfortunately. Oh, those ones kind of work, but they're a bit too busy. And you can see they don't have that problem that I'm talking about, where they have bars going back through them. But let's keep looking through Chisel and see what we can find. How does this work? That one might work well. It's a mesh and it has a frame, so we could go for that. What else? What other options are there? I think the ones which are just frames, like this one and this one and this one and this one and this one, they all connect, which isn't always fun, or always wanted rather. I think we will go with this modern iron, this dungeon glass, sorry, not modern iron. So let's change you to, oh well, actually, does that connect? It doesn't, and it has a larger window size, so I think we will go with this one actually. Break all this glass, sorry glass. I have a whole bunch cooking back at the base, so it won't really matter in the end. Oh, it's just quicker to punch these. Might actually be quicker if I land, because then I won't count as swimming. Yes, indeed. Tell you what we'll do is before I make any huge decisions, I'm going to make this, and then I'm going to make this, and we'll see how this goes. How does that look? Too busy. And that's why we test. See, you got to test when you're building and not just test with mods. It's all part of it. So, ornate steel glass, no. Modern iron fence, that's the one. I could use normal Minecraft glass, but the problem then is, while it does have the frame that I want, the frame is glass rather than some sort of metal or something. But it doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit. Oh man. Why do you make these choices so hard for me? Alright, ornate glass we're going to give you a look at. No. Absolutely not. Yeah, I've already gone through a stack doing this. That's how quickly you destroy that stuff. Dungeon glass. If Mod 9 fence didn't work, then dungeon glass is probably not going to go any different. What we'll do, as much as I don't like to do this, we will go with steel frame, just so that it's a connected texture, because I don't think we're going to have to settle. We're going to have to compromise, I think, because there's not enough choices of glass in the pack for us to come to one which we specifically think works with this. I might be wrong. I might be just completely missing some stuff that I could be using. It does cross my mind that I could possibly ward every second block to remove the connected texture thing, but I think that will end up with the same problem we had with the first one, which is that we'll have the depth, we'll have these bars here visible. But that looks okay. That looks okay. And I think to mix it up, what we'll do is we will put some let's try screen. Let's try screen. Yeah, we'll put some screen in these windows. Because, I mean, these windows aren't really for looking out of, they're for ventilation. And looking out of. I don't know whether we'll be able to look out those windows from the catwalk, though. Okay, that kind of completes the initial facade. I'll be chipping away on these things between the episodes as I come up with ideas and details that could change on the building. I mean, I'm already thinking of things we could do to mix things up. Like we could do things like this. No, like this. To, you know, break things up, which is always good. I mean, alternatively, we could do things even crazier, like there. Would it be there? I think it might be there. Whoa! Wee! That is not working. There we go. Yes. Nope. Nope. Dang you, game. Hot. And then there. And then there. I try to do things without flight as much as possible. And how did you end up being directed that way? Excuse me. Thank you. Stay like that. See, I don't think that fits for the outside, but maybe we could do something on the inside. But I definitely think something like this will work on the outside, just to break things up. Oh my... It's like some crazy lag going on, which is making it appear like it got placed for the first couple of frames, and then it quickly changes when I'm not looking. Either that, or I'm just crazy and it didn't work the first time, and I just thought it did. But there we go. Cool. Let's go inside, because that's what we have to do next, because we want to put a catwalk in, and we want to put other details in. And oh my god, it's dark in here. Let's put that stuff down. It's always nighttime when I'm working on this place. I always complain about this in my series, especially when I'm trying to build things, but it does truly always feel like it's nighttime in Minecraft, which I absolutely hate. Let me just eat some food so that I don't start starving. I'll probably have to go back at some point and I'll have to cut through that, but that's okay. So we want to put a catwalk in this place, and we kind of figured that we would be about block, be about this height. Yeah. And I think what we'll do is, whenever I come into this room, I get the choppiest frame rate ever. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm not entirely sure what causes it. I mean, I hope it isn't the Greg blocks causing it, because there are so few in this room, and there's only going to get more. There we go. Cool. So we have to figure out what the floor of the catwalk's going to be made out of. Now, normally, when you see in stereotypical situations, you always see something which is see-through. Usually some sort of barred mesh or something that people walk across. We could do it solid. I've done it solid before. People who will remember my very first series where I worked on a dwarven fortress and had a big modern industrial factory area, that had solid catwalks, but I don't think I want to go with solid catwalks. Which means I'm going to need more glass, and you'll see why, and I hope it will be worth it. But I'm going to take this opportunity to cut and get more glass, and then I'll be back with food and glass. See you soon. Alright, I'm back. So, I have brought more torches as well, so more light. Wonderful, wonderful light, and I'm just going to throw these randomly around because I can clean that up later. Wow, that was some lag. Yeah, quite a lot of video lag going on. Not sure why. It's quite unfortunate. I've heard people blame Chisel for it, but that is, by the way, an entirely ridiculous claim. Just because of the way that Chisel works, that's impossible. So, let's take a look at options. So we're doing this all over again. Now, this is where Dungeon Glass or Modern Iron Fence might come in handy, and basic gist of what we're doing is that we'd make a floor out of this stuff, right? But it doesn't look so wonderful as full-size blocks. So what we will be doing is this will be our first use of microparts. I really need to clear up some inventory space, so I'm going to get rid of a bunch of these factory blocks because they're not needed right now. Keep a couple of stacks on me though. Off you guys go. You are not needed. Well, apparently that chest is full too. Let's make another one. Bam, bam. Wait, pick up the wood. And let's get rid of this stuff so that we can focus. Cool. So, let's head back. Jump, 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 jump. I don't know, I always feel faster jumping like that when going long distances. I don't think there is actually any speed difference. But here's our diamond saw. Let's take our diamond saw and our glass and start cutting it up. Let's go for a stack and then see how we go. And I won't make it totally as thin as it possibly can go. I think that will work just fine. But if we then line these up like that, we should see that that looks pretty appropriate, really. But we will see as we make this larger how true that is. Hoi. This is the bit that I really don't like about multi-blocks, or multi-parts rather, is that placing them is a pain. Yeah, it looks good, but, you know, you can always hope. Dang, I wish these actually, like, worked with CTM. I know those blocks in particular don't actually have connected textures. It's just, it would be nice. Why don't we actually try, now I'm looking at it, this thick grid? Because that stuff might actually be perfect. Let's get rid of all that. Is that, no, I'm missing a piece. I am missing a piece. There it is. I said that. What? Oh. It's doing that, is it? Looks like it's down here, but it's actually up there. Let's put you back together. And do that with this. Right. Let's see how this one looks. I think this one is going to be very promising. Ooh. I would like to use flight right now, but I can't. Because I don't have an angel ring or anything like that from extra utilities. I do have fuel to think about, so we'll just have to deal with it. I think that looks a lot better. I think that looks a lot better. And what we can actually do is we can put a border on it. I will do that now to prove the point. We'll do that, and then we will do that, then that, and then finally that. This should work to prove the point. Yeah. Rather than making it smaller than the actual catwalk, though we might want to try making them bigger than the actual catwalk. Playing 189 recently, and especially getting hold of Algorithm X's Chisels and Bits, I'm thinking of all the possibilities that I could do with chisels and bits to do something like this, and it's very sad because I can't do them in the cuts pack, which is very unfortunate. I have to stick you back together as a cover first, huh? Let's go one size up. Then we'll cut you in half again. So I guess we'll do a couple more of those. Nope. I think that's enough, 12? Yeah. So let's try that all over again. Whoops. Yeah, if you haven't played with chisels and bits, it's so cool. So cool. Let's get rid of these. Yeah, I think that's going to work really, really well. We will see though. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead some of this around the place, and when I come back, I'll show you what I've done, and then we'll have to wrap up the episode. So, see you in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back. So we've got a basic setup for the catwalk here. So as you can see, it's not finished. We're going to have to put a way up, well, hopefully a way up and down in somewhere. Probably a ladder access, probably on one of the walls or something, but you can see how it works from here. We've got a nice railing going on. We've got the borders going on, and the railings look like they've been bolted on securely and supported securely, although I might like to put some struts somewhere along here to make that even more clear that it is supported securely. We've got our nice floor going on, so we can look down on the machines through the grating if we want, or just look over the sides. Now if I come down on to the bottom side, we have these little struts here to reinforce the idea that this is well supported, and we might also like to put something in these corners where all this meets to make it also look like it's well supported, some pillars, although we'll have to see how that goes because it needs to be able to come into this space without disturbing the actual machinery, because it's form over function, right? It has to work first and look good later, and so that's what we're doing now. We're making it look good kind of halfway in between, actually. We're breaking the rules. So next episode, you'll find that between episodes I'm going to clean this up a bit. I'm going to put a little more catwalk in here, and probably like one or two little more paths coming off, depending on where I decide to put them. But I'll also have put a way up and down onto the catwalk, and we will go from there, because this room is going to need a little more decoration. Something I really want to think about with this room is how we're going to manage lighting properly without just throwing torches down everywhere. But yeah, we'll keep going. And the good thing about this in dealing with this room now and making it look good now is that it's going to set a theme and a precedent for any future buildings that we do, and there is going to be quite a few future buildings. Hopefully. Hopefully the series lasts that long. Hopefully 117 stays interesting to everyone. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.